So I came across this on Facebook. Let me maybe bring the mic closer. We'll see how that works out. So from the national newspaper, I haven't looked into that in any great detail, so you have no idea of their supposed political leanings. What I do know is that you have to pay buckaroos just to see the article. Oh well, anyway, so while Reform are making worrying progress in Scotland, the party isn't leading in your polls in the way that it is in England. In part, this is because you have managed to tell a more progressive and inclusive story about what it means to be Scottish than we have about what it means to be English. And so we urgently need to learn from you, or we'll all be stuck with Nigel Farage as Prime Minister, writes Caroline Lucas, who is not any of those two people. Well, those two puppets. And I confess, I haven't looked much into their backgrounds. What I have seen, I've certainly not been impressed with. Isn't this, for example, this guy wants the legalization, basically, of all drugs, even although he does not partake in any drugs or drinks at all. Any alcohol, blah, 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 all the rest of it. But thinks the public should be able to just get shit-faced, stoned, on some trip or whatever else, because that's part of progression. No, I would say that's part of destruction of Western societies, Western nations, you know. I mean, that's out the communist playbook, you know, seriously. Oh, and as for this individual, oh dear, blatant New Ager. I mean, do I literally have to pick the vids? Gods of the New Age, or the New Age, A Pathway to Paradise. These two vids alone, and you're literally looking at the disconnect that is abundant in councils and housing associations and all the rest of it, because people are missing what they think it's all about. This, you know, while misery is being manifested on everybody else as they, you know, go up through levels of enlightenment. I mean, there is so much that people are missing. Anyway, obviously I'll need to do another vid, and obviously a better one. What I liked was most of the comments were, most of the emojis were laughy faces, and for good reason. Well, obviously Bella has been offended by somebody. God bless that dog. And some of the comments, I'd be more worried about the Greens than Reform. So far, 791 thumbs up. Anyone that doesn't agree with you is far right, basically. So how about you stop sowing seeds of division and actually sit down with those you call your enemies and listen to each other? I mean, shouldn't be rocket science, but you see, the thing is, that's why they don't engage, because it's inarguable what you're saying. You know, this is not working out for us. None of it. Uncontrolled immigration, the use of centuries-old technology to somehow harness wind power at the expense of wildlife, and anything to do with common sense at great expense, that none of it is recyclable at all. And we cracked the atom decades upon decades and decades ago. Yeah. No, honestly, there is so many. I mean, we are surrounded by gas fields, oil fields, and you see that shenanigans going on in the Middle East just now, and all by design, absolutely. And could you imagine how many of the occultist elite are making out like bandits on the stock market at the moment? Well, you know, the common man and woman gets to reach around. Not even that, just, well, you know, bend over yet more. But the apathy is astounding. And in Scotland, think about this, our one and only oil refinery has been shut down. Yeah, seriously. We're awash with oil and gas all around us. And because of some shenanigans in the Middle East, we're all going to yet again be paying vastly much more than the already most expensive energy costs in the planet by and large. I mean, it's mockery on levels beyond belief, but in no small way is it down to the public for not even looking into the mindset at the background of these people. And I'll speak to you soon.